Good morning, everyone. I say good morning because I'm coming to you from Brisbane, Australia. So it's lovely to be part of this conversation. So thank you for the invitation. As Mike has mentioned, I've recently presented a paper to our asset management conference here in Australia, and really around this topic. And why it's important to me is that most of the work that I do is at the senior leadership level with boards and executive teams, and I do leadership coaching and development of leaders who are asset management professionals. And so it's really important that we make a distinction between people and things, and that we understand that people are not things, and therefore that people are not assets, because that's really important to the way we make decisions, the way we treat people as leaders, and also the way we develop our leadership capabilities, because our technical skills are not enough, our business perspective is not enough. We need to take a human approach if we're going to get the best from people and if we're going to do our best work. So in the paper, I talk about that legal and grammatical distinction between people and things, and part of that, part of what's important to understand about that, in particularly the way we talk about asset management, realizing value from assets, is that assets have value only for their utility, for what we can get from them, but people have value in their own right, inherent value. So an asset is a means to an end, but a person is an end in themselves. So that's the core concept that you know, I've dealt with here, and I think that's important, and that we can explore further. So it has a lot of follow-on effects to the language we use, as we've mentioned, around capital, resources, and so on. And the core thing that we don't want to be using language that is dehumanizing, because what it does is it means we treat people just like a machine or some other inanimate object, and that's not what we want to be doing. So that's the core of what I'm.
And Monique, will you share the titles of your books?
Of my books,
Yeah.
yes. So look, my earlier book is Asset Management for Directors, published by the Australian Institute of Company Directors, and it's very much a board's perspective on why asset management is important for them and what they need to understand about it. My most recent book is Leadership Assets. So this is really about leadership for asset management professionals and the skills that they need to develop. I have some other books, but they're probably the most relevant ones.